Bismillah, alhamdulillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello and welcome back. My name is Isa Hamza Bilal. Uh, Today I kind of want to speak a little bit about my journey to Islam. I recently converted to Islam in about mid-August 2010, this year, during the month of Ramadan. And so far it's been great. I feel a whole lot better. I actually feel like I'm getting to know the creator of the heavens and the earth, Allah, the one and one true God, the only one worthy of worship, and know that we do not associate partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But growing up in the United States, I was born here, raised here. I'm a veteran, and as many people know, the United States is pretty much a Christian based country, and it's either you see Christians or Catholics. That's pretty much what I grew up around. But my family in particular, they were more into the Christian faith, and although we went to church, we didn't go to church often. We didn't go to church often. But every once in a while, I would read the Bible or whatever, try to get into Christianity. But nothing really like satisfied me about Christianity, and I don't want to make any Christians or Catholics or anybody feel bad. I'm not here to bash what you believe or anything of that nature. That's not the point here. But for me personally, I really didn't feel the connection with Christianity. But about 2 years ago, I started studying with the Jehovah Witnesses, and my brother is a Jehovah Witness, and he always asked me to like go to the Kingdom Hall with him and do more studying and go out knocking door to door and try to get into that stuff. But personally, for me, I really wasn't into that. And although I did study I think it was every week, I would have one of the elders or somebody from the congregation did come over to the house, and we'd do a little studies on the Bible. I did this for about 2 years, but I just like I said earlier, I just didn't feel the connection with Christianity. I don't know what it was. I couldn't tell you what it was. Like even Christians, they say whenever you pray, you have to pray to Jesus Christ, as the middleman, and Jesus is the one who will present your prayers to God. But even in my prayers, while I was learning and studying about Christianity, even subconsciously, I still couldn't even pray to Jesus. I would always pray to God. I don't know, maybe it's because there was something embedded in me to make me have this sense that there's only one God. But back in 2004, or excuse me, 2003, once I had left the army, I was in New York. That's where I was living, and I was working, and one of my friends at the job had asked me to come to the mosque and see if I liked it, and just kind of get a feel for the. He didn't say go over there and you have to become a Muslim or anything like that. But I went over there, and it was during the month of Ramadan, and mind you, I was I was 21 years old at the time, but I just didn't feel like I really wanted to do the Muslim thing or the Islamic thing. I didn't want to get into it. It was during the month of Ramadan. I'm Puerto Rican, so I eat. They're fasting, and I'm like, well, I want to eat. But that was just my own stupidity and lack of knowledge. But ironically, 6 years later, on the month of Ramadan, is when I took my Shahada, and that is here in Kissimmee, Florida. I took my Shahada, and I haven't been happier. I mean, just knowing the things that I've known now, like I've learned so much more in Islam that I have ever in my entire life being around Christians. And like I said, I've studied the Christian Bible. I've studied the Catholic Bible. I mean, they're pretty much the same. There's so many different revisions of the Bible that I just I don't understand how in one Bible it says one thing and the other Bible says another, and they're both from the same Bible. They're two of the same Bibles, except in within the contents there's different information. For example, the King James version, the Gospel of John, the very first chapter, very first verse, it says, "In the beginning, the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Was God. The Word was God." Okay, and in the Jehovah Witness Bible, the New World Translation, which is also a Christian Bible, it says that the Word in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was a God. So you have the King James version that claims that Jesus was God. Then that's with a capital G, and we all know, from English grammar, that if you add a capital to something, or excuse me, if you add the capital G to God, we're talking about the one and one God alone. All right, and that's how it's presented in the King James version. Now, in the New World Translation, which is from the Jehovah's Witnesses, it states that Jesus was like a God, which is the Word. Jesus was the Word. So Jesus was like a God with a lowercase g. So, in a way, the New World Translation has it right. Because we know, Muslims know, that Jesus was a prophet and one of the mightiest messengers of Allah. May the peace and blessing of Allah be upon him. But just these little discrepancies that I have found in the Bible, I cannot believe, and that's just something that proves to me that the Bible was inspired by God. Yes, definitely. I mean, we don't claim that the entire book is false, no, but it has been altered by men. They have taken out, they have made mistakes, they have added, they have made mistakes of the mistakes. It's just mistakes after mistakes after mistakes. And if you really want to know in detail these types of mistakes, just look for Bart Ehrman on YouTube and watch his lectures. He would really explain it to you. And it was Christianity that kind of drove me away from Christianity. So I don't want to say that, I'm forced to go into Islam, because any true Islamic person would never ever ask anybody or tell someone you better be a Muslim. That would never happen. There's no compulsion in religion. So but I took my shahada in when was it? Like I said, yep, mid August. Took my shahada, and ever since I've learned a great deal about Christianity. I've learned a lot about Islam. I've studied a whole lot more. I've prayed to Allah, a whole lot more. I really feel a connection now with the Creator of the heavens and the earth, and I feel good. I feel close. It just takes so much stress away knowing that I can just talk to God by myself, that I don't have to talk to Jesus in order for God to hear me. I just think that's a little ridiculous. But hopefully this information here was informative, and that you may go to the Bible and try to do a little bit of your own research and see that I'm not lying when I say that I find these discrepancies. But until next time, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.